It's nice to see the team was watching your feeds over the lockdown period with the...
Oh yeah, with the banana suit.
With the banana suit.
No, I don't think this is the reason.
Listen, man, Monza, standing on that top step of the podium with that crowd going wild for you, like, what does that feel like?
It's very difficult to put into words, but obviously loads of emotions. It was crazy because again the week of Monza is so long. You start already from the Tuesday with events, simulator, all the preparation that leads to the race on Sunday. And wherever you go, like yesterday I went to eat at a restaurant in Milan, and you get there are two people that recognizes you, you get out of it and there's 200 people waiting for you. So it's really, really special. And yeah, so there's a bit of adrenaline, a bit of pressure leading to the race, and once you make it work like we did in 2019, it's very, very special to see so many people cheering for one team is crazy, and yeah, I just hope we can reproduce it this year.
That's the big question. Can you reproduce it this year?
Everything is possible, and all in all, we have a very competitive car this year, much better than last year. We are fighting for much better positions. Whether this will be enough to fight Red Bull here, I don't know, because these track characteristics are not going exactly with our car characteristics, but we'll give it all, and hopefully we can make it work.
Carlos, coming here to Monza, well, what does it mean? What does it feel like being here as a Ferrari driver?
It's something super special. I never find the words to describe it because it's something that is very deep inside. You know, the feelings that you go through on such a big weekend for us, and the way the fans treat you, they cheer you, they motivate you. Something that until you're not in the skin of the driver in our position, you will never understand. But you can see it from the outside, and you can just see it's crazy and it's incredible.
It was a disappointing race in Zandvoort for you. Pretty much everything that could go wrong did go wrong. But that first pit stop is where it all started to come undone. I know Matthias said that it was a late call, but 3/4 of the tyres were there and one wasn't. So it wasn't so late for 3/4 of the car. What exactly happened there? Has it been gone into? Have you discovered why that went wrong?
Well, it's very simple. When the call is too late, there's simply that mechanic that couldn't make it through the car, couldn't make it because the pit stop was called so late that the front jack was in the way trying to put up the car, because the car was there, but the tires were not there. No, so it's not at all the faults of the mechanics. This one, honestly, they couldn't have done anything better than what they did. They were just simply called too late for the pit stop, and you also need to understand that these mechanics, these people are the first ones that want the pit stop to go well, the first ones that they want Ferrari to win. They leave the pressure and the passion the same way that we did. And I saw after the race a lot of criticism to the mechanic that couldn't make it around the car and all that, and I really felt bad for the guy, and I hope people in social media also take a bit of care from that.
So because the pit lane is so tight and there was no space between the teams, as soon as the front jack was down, they were the last guys and they couldn't get...
Exactly.
I didn't realise that.
Yeah, that's why I feel bad, no? Because it looked like, when you look at the pit stop, like it was a mess because the mechanics couldn't make it around. But it's a consequence of being called too late, and that's it. We were just simply called too late for the pit stop. We did a mistake there. The guys put their hand up that the call was too late, so the mechanics have zero fault in this.
So, to this weekend, Monza expects, Italy expects, will they get the result that they want, or judging by low downforce tracks, looking at Spa, might it be a difficult weekend?
Yeah, I think it's fair to assume that it shouldn't be our easiest weekend of the calendar, but like always, we go in with the motivation and with the target of trying to win. You never know what can happen in Monza. We've seen it so many years now in a row that a Monza weekend is different, and that everything, we should be ready for any kind of stuff. On paper, it's not the easiest track, but the target doesn't change.
In Zandvoort, for you guys, obviously retirement not the way you would have wanted to end it, but at the point that you made that initial stop, you were running in 10th place. Do you think after what had been a difficult, disappointing weekend, points were possible?
Yeah, obviously it was not a happy race week, especially when I was running near the position that I can score points. And yeah, it's not ideal that how we end up the race. So yeah, obviously it's a disappointment. Yeah.
The team had to distance itself from wild accusations on the internet over the week, which I'm sure you'll be aware of, that there was some intention on AlphaTauri's part to affect the race. How upsetting was that to hear that after the race?
Yeah, to be honest, I got used to it from last year's situation when I was not performing well. That's how to handle it. There's a social media situation, and to me, I really don't care what the people are saying, and there's no any such a room to complain about Red Bull, especially strategist Hannah. Even as our team, because it's a fact. It's just it's really simple as fact that there was an issue, and the team didn't recognize it fully in the data. That's why we restarted again, and obviously, I got told from the team to stop it. That's why I stopped at a safe place. And when I came back to the fitted a new tire, the issue was more visible and more clear at the date. That's why we stopped, and I felt clear at the real part that there was an issue clearly. That's why I mentioned it to the team, or else I won't say, because I wasn't, like you said, I was running in P10. Why I have to say, why I have to stop in the purpose. So yeah, it's funny that some of the people create like that story, but it's a simple fact, and there's no anything room that people complain about it.
Obviously, we look back on the recent history of this race, Pierre winning here, but it was a crazy race that led to that. Will you guys need a crazy race this weekend to pull off a good result, or do you think you'll have the pace to compete on merit here?
Yeah, well, Pierre's things, Monza can happen anything, but I'm gonna have unfortunately 5 reprimands, and I have the 10th penalty. So seems like I'm gonna start from the back of the grid, but I'm still really looking forward to it. It's our home track, and I want to use this good opportunity to have a good points and to back in a good rhythm and also good mood for the team. And of course I try my best to score points, and even in anything can happen. So yeah, I'll do my best.
Love you.